with finances, but we're gonna have a conversation about the high value man. This is something that we hear from time to time again, and we have certain individuals and figures on social media like Kevin Samuels and the podcast Fresh and Fit, mediocre tutorials. There's a there's a lot of individuals who are quote unquote having a red pill moment and dignifying or actually putting a label on what is a high value man. Me, I have an issue with the term high value man because I feel that it's redundant. I believe that a man is someone with high value because the key word in that term is value.
Mm-hmm.
High value. A man has to have value. He shows that he has value with the things that he does, and also he has values, morals, ethics,
Principles.
principles,
Right.
things to stand on. But when you hear the term high value man, what do you think about, Aaron? Since this is your first go at it, I want you to take it away.
I mean, you kind of touched on it a lot right there. Like, the things that are valuable, hopefully you're not basing it off of, like, oh, what's valuable that a woman looks at, because that has nothing to do with it. It's about, like, basic life principles.
Mm.
Does the nigga keep his word when he say something, like we was talking about?
Yes.
Do niggas keep their word when they say something? Do they stand for what they believe in? Whatever that thing is that they believe in, do they stand on that shit, or do they falter under whatever pressure it may be? Do they make sacrifices? But I think even like there are some tangible things that I think tangible, certain measurable things that matter as well. Like, are you a nigga like? Do you handle your business? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you got your own shit. You know what I mean? Or are you like that shit matters to an extent. I know not everybody sort of goes through whatever times, whatever, you know, you had a rough situation, you couch surfing right now, whatever the case may be, does that take away from your value? That's kind of a iffy situation right there, because it's like all of us have been there before, where we was fucked up and we at our homeboy's house or whoever's house. So does that mean that that nigga's not high value now because his situation? So I don't think his situation necessarily dictates it, but it does have something to do with, like, if you, cause I like accountability.
Mm.
So like when we was talking about,
I like dealing with accountability. That's one of the major
yeah,
things
man.
that I
So
always
it's
talk
like
about.
everything that you do is what led you to where you are. It's not about. I don't really like to blame outside circumstances. So like me, no matter what happens, like I'm always gonna be like, what did I do in this situation that led to whatever? Why? What could I have done better to make whatever better? So amongst those basic principles of keeping your word, you know, standing on something that you believe in, I also do believe that someone who's handling business, they're earning enough income to support themselves, earning enough income to support themselves, because your income matters. Income matters. This is the world we live in. So income, are you able to, you know, like having a crib, whether it be apartment or house, understands that you at least know how to budget a little bit. You know how to handle your finances. It's like basic responsibilities
And
of
that
manhood.
that was the thing that I had an issue with dealing with the term high value was because, and Chris, I wanted to see if you answer this for me, is when it comes down to value, what is value? Is your value dictated by what would you call it? By physical things? Is it dictated by what a woman feels that you are? What is value when it comes down to a man?
So while y'all talking, I had to look up like, all right, what is value? So it really has like two definitions. You know how it has the one and the two. So one definitely means as deserving of importance, merit. You know what I'm saying? In regard to. But then also the other definition is talking about morals, values, things of that nature.
Mm.
What do that person hold? So I think we have to start with having two similar but different definitions. You have to take it into context. So when you talk about Kevin Samuels, what is the context in which he's speaking of a high value man? And I think he's talking more so on the lines of high value into today's society, quote unquote. This today's culture, what we got going on. And what motherfuckers measure high value as of right now with the top tier women or you know what I'm saying? Or
what the fuck a female what female
really,
where she wanna nest at?
Come on.
That's what this is. So are you the nigga that has the shit that a woman that's a 10 would want? She would want somebody that's at least making enough money. Mm-hmm. He has his own place, his own car, but that shouldn't be the only thing. Like obviously, those are things that that any man is going to be doing anyway, whether a female sees value in that or not. So that's why I feel you when you what makes it high value and not. It's a what you said it's redundant.
Yeah, because it's pretty much a redundant term.
Anyway.
Because as a man, you have certain things that you're supposed to do and to establish your manhood. Mm-hmm. Like you can't just say that you're a man just because that you're an adult man or adult human being with the XY chromosome, and you're able to reproduce, and even down to just being able to pay a bill. That doesn't make you a man. Mm-hmm. Like there are certain things that you have to do, and one of the major things, because I know we did Royal Family Studios did a documentary, and they asked different individuals. I know you was a part of that. Mm-hmm. They asked the group of men, different things that make you a man. What is a man? And one of the major things that always stood out was to be a provider. And that is a major thing, because in order to be a provider, you don't have to be a provider to the point that you're just a millionaire and you're able to provide money, but also providing time. One of the things that helped me when I was growing up and pretty much kept my head straight was me being able to talk to my dad every day. I just remember asking him a question about things going on, and he was able to help me. He was a man, and if we want to put that term on, a high value man. But that's the thing that I've been seeing in this whole red pill moment that people have, or the MGTOW thing, MGTOW. I think it's men going their own way because they're getting frustrated with the women they're dealing with, especially superficial women. And one of the things that they're doing right now is pretty much saying no to marriage. Mm-hmm. But from what I know and how I was raised and what I've seen in examples being a man, that's one of the things that you have to do. And people,
man, you gotta get married.
Well, he said from
what I see, yeah, from what I've seen. And again, like I see how your pushback was. It was like, so why do I have to do this? And one of the things that we see in the movement that they're going through is that a lot of men are going through, and they're starting to see the marriage thing only benefits women mostly.
Mm-hmm. It's like designed for them. Niggas, like the thing is, niggas need to focus on building their own core up first, building yourself up as an individual of standards. I think that's kind of what dictates it. And when you rush into getting married, that really changes the whole dynamic. So like I do think it's a good thing to wait as long as you can. To me it does seem like it's weird. Like it really does seem like marriage is just a scam. Like it's literally a sheet of paper. It's a business decision, is what it is.
Yeah.
That mostly benefits the woman. The only thing the man gets out of it is kind of like and this can be expounded upon, but let's just start from the base value of it. The only thing the man gets out of that is a stamp, you know, like a dog pees on a goddamn spot and say this is his territory. Like, you have that ego boost to say, all right, this is mine. Nobody can touch this. And everybody has a possessive kind of feeling. Like, you get that at times, you know, a man's garage, that's his shit, or his car, or whatever. So we all get that shit. That's something that happens. And I don't, like, it just seems like that's just the way it kind of happened. Like, the marriage shit, I'm going so farther and farther off of that block because I don't really see where it matters in